Hello and welcome. I've created a couple of courses now. It's ever so weird, but the mower and this are almost the same size. So I'm wanting to try something because we all know that sometimes the differences are minute. So I'm going to try this, loading the same course as the mower, which, as I said, is like 0.2 meter, but it might not work. I've also got this everybody close because there's a lot of damage to almost everything. Not terrible, but yeah, it's. I didn't want to do this off camera. I hate doing that. It just yeah. Oh, one. Right, that's not so bad. Let's get you out of the way. Yeah, I've got everybody ready for work. And yeah, again, I've done what I normally do, which is smallest tractor upwards, or well, all the small ones. It's quite. I do love the number plates. Very, very nice, fantastic. Even right. I don't think that was quite in the. No, it's not. It's you've got to always be in where the orange. Imagine those orange two tabs are pointing outwards, and you've got to be in that and close enough to it. If you're like away from it, you're not going to get it. Right, repair and repair. Fantastic. Let's get you want to start. So really, and you know, we're better to follow and actually get them going. Although I don't know. No, actually, I think it's not. I think it's probably better if we get this going, give it a little while to get some headlands. And I've got the roller out as well. Yeah, I'm there. Hopefully I'm going to... No, is this? It's got to be right. It has. I think we can get this way, I'm sure. It's just that way is our animal field. Yeah, that's right. I thought so. Can get either way. And you can see on the mini-map the one that's coming up. Not this one, but the furthest one. Oh, in fact, that one there. Looking about it. Yeah, we've got the other fields. I've not done those yet. I thought to be honest, there's quite a lot to do. So, yeah. All right. So, first and none. Fantastic. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not a windrow, that one, is it? It is what it is. Yeah, Dad, you were forgetting how far it is to run, weren't you? Yeah, well, I'm getting used to running at standard speed now, to be honest. Yeah, I am. It's a fairer run, that is true, definitely, here. So it probably might be better now that we've done that to actually get everybody else. Let's check the Voltra. Yeah, there is. The Dalbo is the damaged goods. Hopefully this will be not too much because... right, Samaz. The Bura. Got some very, very fond feelings of this recently. Yeah, I've not always... I did have this on one of the Calmsdens. It was one of my first tractors, but I think it was slightly grazing you, and you are an immovable mass. So yeah, I've got to go around a little bit better than that. Yeah, I did. I had it on that, and it wasn't powerful enough. It wasn't the one that stayed. I literally did an episode, and the Bura was the... obviously, it had come up in the sales, and the Bura was the one that came up in the sales. On paper, the horsepower was enough, but it was a really hilly grass field, and it just hadn't got the thing for the baler, which it hadn't. It's true. Knew I was stretching right from the very beginning, so it's one of those, the first thing, and it wasn't a good first visit with the Bura, but yeah, it is now the absolute fair. But you've got to remember, it's 100 horsepower. Yeah, it's not an absolute powerhouse. So yeah, you've got to use a tractor always, haven't you, in that in the way that it was supposed to be used. I have not left myself a job leaving that in the middle to go around like that. Talk about testing your driving skills without any reason at all. It's ridiculous. Do you know? Right, come on. Well, the expenses were not too bad. That's the one thing I am going to say. Now this is probably liable to not be able to follow properly. we shall try. Fantastic. Let's get these onto the field. It's nice to actually be doing some work. It is a bit awful though, being right down at 61,000 because I'd forgotten 2 or 3 pieces of equipment. I've really dropped myself in it now. It's going to be tight. It really is. Luckily, we're making our own fertiliser and that, so that does help somewhat. But although it also is going to be a bit slow. Yeah, I've left the big one for. I thought we'd crack on with doing that. Whilst I don't know, that's in trouble. If you use a Bailey, you can set and forget it, but you can't do the same with with loose. So do you know something? I don't think I'll be going anywhere. I think I'll be manning this, if I'm honest. Thinking about this, if we're going loose. Right, so let's load this. 68, 8.6 metre. Clear. I think it was actually on it. Load, activate. Let's see if when it's gone round the second time, see if it actually does do it or not. Right, now this one I will need to be creating the course. I'm only going to do this at one at a time though. Right, so, ooh, seriously? Oh, that was lucky. Alright, so 68 is what we're trying to do. Create job. Open. 4, I think. Yeah, because they're smaller. What did that say? 6. It's supposed to be 6.3, I think. Ah, 6.4. No, we don't want to be doing that all just yet. Yeah, you are the last thing. So we can grab this. Now, have I parked that in the way? No, I can get past that easy. Right, I'm going to say my words because there is a lot of grass to be got. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that's all but done. Boy, this has took ages. It really has. Although they are bigger fields. Yeah, it is quite a lot. If we're doing the animal fields as well, the thing is, I know myself that if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get it out. So yeah, I'm a bit perplexed about the field roller. I must admit, I've got to be totally honest. I've never really used the field rollers to fertilise ever. I've always fertilised. I know you could. Well, I tried it just putting it down without switching it on because I thought that was the way you were supposed to do it, and then obviously went to it when it had finished the course, and when I was on the field it said nitrogen bad, so I thought, oh okay, so I've got to switch it on then. So we've done both, so one or the other will have worked. So really it should on the map now say that the fertilisation's done, and if it doesn't then I'm going to do exactly as I've always done, which is totally ignore the field rollers and just fertilise normally. Because I've wasted a fortune in wages already. Yeah, there's a last tiny little bit on that. Oh, why are you tussling with the other one when you were okay to begin with? Whoa there, tiger. Yeah, well, I'll fetch the... well, we'll have a look, actually, on camera. We're going to need to stick some more water in here, I think. I know to begin with, obviously, when I'd not got the 3, I was thinking, I'm wasting so much time charging up here. Wouldn't it be better if I got a couple of sips and took 3 tractors and would just fill all of them and then hit it? And it has made a difference. Yes, it's a little faffy with follow me, stop, start, stop, stop. But I thought, well, maybe it is, and I did think that because that's not like me. I'm like, oh, it's faffy. I don't want to be doing that. But I thought, yeah, but it is faffy. But is it any more faffy than you racing up here? You're doing 3 runs in one, ish. I mean, they're slightly smaller the sips, but what, 3 tons, something like that? It's not a lot really, in the grand scheme of things. And they are such an absolute bargain. Very basic, wired design, but they do the job. That's the only thing is that's annoying, as you will have seen. It's like the workers always fold them. I never fold them, so I jump in and I put the lower the roller, lower the pickup, and of course I then charge off, and it doesn't tell you that you're not doing it because I'm expecting it to be working, and then you think, I'm on Y, why is this not? And then it's because they've folded it like that. Oh yeah, it is what it is. But yes, let's have a quick look while that's doing. Oh, and also how much we got, because we've been ripping up here left, right and centre. I was debating whether or not to change one of the grass fields into an arable, and then I thought, if you're going to grow the farm, you're going to catch up at one point. You might actually get quite a lot of grass in while we've not got any animals, and then you might get a few animals, whether it's carcass or whether it's milking, whichever we do. Well, we're going to do both, but what I mean is gradually that's going to catch up, and they're going to eat into whatever massive amount you've got. So we've got, oh wow, it is a lot though. So that would have been 500 tons of grass, because obviously there's some silage already. We will have some digestate as well, 9,301, which is good because now we're making our own digestate. That's going to be very useful for our other thing. Why have we got manure? Huh? Perhaps someone very kindly allowed us to have some, or perhaps someone was testing. Yeah, we've got nothing in it, have we? Otherwise it would show us animals. You have no animals yet, so yeah, I don't know why we have got some manure there, but we have. It is what it is. Right, let's grab one of the little sips, because that'll do nice, and we'll go and rescue the voucher, and we'll unfold it straight away. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the bureaus. Don't get me wrong, on certain Let's Plays, Balkanska, this was an absolute Trojan. That's because you only rolled out of the gate and you were on the farm. For charging around British maps where you've got to charge right the way down this lane, that lane, the other lane, it's not so good. So I think I'm going to have this as like the yard tractor, because it's 15 miles an hour sort of shows badly on this. I'm not going to do it now. I've got this, but yeah, I am going forwards. I think we'll do that. This will be the one to grab the water and all that stuff. Not because I love it, I do. I mean, I used it in Balkanska as the lead tractor for quite a while. I say it's just the fact how far you've got to go. Really, it does slow everybody else down. So yeah, you've got to, I did say this. It's amazing how you can take something out of one place and it's perfect for that place, but you put it somewhere else and it isn't perfect. And again, it's the speed thing. The Deutz, the 16006, that also is, I think, 15 or 16 miles an hour. Again, cracking tractor, but not for charging across a map. No, it's just, you know, like the Fiats. They're brilliant tractors, but not so good if you need to charge a long way, go to the shop, all that type of stuff. It was hardly worth. I know it was. I agree. I just wanted to be thorough, and also I think we've done. Yeah, apart from that one little blob, which, and there's a bit in the corner I noticed. So, being as we've come all this way for 336 litres, we're going to get that as well. We've wasted £5 worth of petrol or diesel just to get onto the field. We're going to make it worth our while. Right, let's go grab the Voltra as well. Yeah, so this will probably be not the last ride, but yeah, unless I forget myself and I sort of make a mistake, as you do sometimes, this will be the yard tractor. Will stick this on the digestate and the water, and it'll be doing that. So it won't be in the running of like what I always class as like the lowest tractor working up, because this is going to be the yard tractor. And again, not because I don't like it, I do, I love it. It's on Balkanska, it was fantastic, but again, it's just charging down to the fields all the time. It has been a monster session, but then again, to get 500 tons, 500 tons of grass in is not a snippet, is it? 500,000 litres. Don't know how we got that, but yeah. Right, 460 litres, half a ton, not bad. I don't know that it was worth coming back for, but we've got to come and fetch the Voltra anyway. Yeah, we'll have a quick look on the precision farming, because that should at least show the fertiliser. I don't know though whether it works the next day, or you know, I don't know with rollers. I've never been bothered about doing them. Well, field 68 looks just as dark as 69 that hasn't got any, and 70, 71 and 72, yeah, they're all. So to me, I haven't done it, and I've done it both ways. There's only two ways I can use that, and that's once to switch it on, and I don't know whether the paraphernalia, the seeding paraphernalia though, is getting in the way, but that's why I didn't switch it on, because I know normally if you've got seeders, you switch them on for the seeders, which is why I was obviously thinking, well, I'm not switching it on. But then when I ran on the field and I looked and it said, so it said nitrogen bad, so now it says nitrogen okay. Well, and this is my point. It's made a difference. It's put some back in, but I just don't see. I've wasted loads of wages. We're making our own fertiliser. I know it's just not worth the effort for such a poxy amount, where I can precision farming, its beauty is you fertilise once and it's done. So to me, no, I'll pass on the field rollers, but it was worth a shot, and I'm glad we tried. They did make a difference though. So it obviously did have to be on, even though I didn't have it seeding. On normal rollers, if you've got the seeding thing that I've had before, it usually is that you don't have them on, and they do. I'm thinking of weeders, I think, actually, not rollers. Yeah, this kind of rollers. I'm used to the normal rollers, but grass rollers, no, never used them, except this is the first time. And I said, because, yeah, I'm not impressed. I'd sooner just fertilise it once. I mean, how many times have I got to roll over that field to get it to be pH value perfect? Which, if I roll over with a standard fertiliser, it's done. Yes, it's better for the environment, but is it if you fuel? If I need to run over that field 6 times with my tractor, I'm using 6 lots of diesel, and aren't I affecting the environment far greater than if I hit a field once and hit it with crystals? I'm not. I've tried it and I sniff my nose at it. I do, really. I'm not impressed. So I will leave that to those who like to do that, because it's not, yeah, inefficient. Exactly. It is inefficient. Yeah, it's made a difference, but a very slow difference. And as I said, impact to the ecological impact, I think, is far more if I do what I've done than if I. Right, I think we're about there. Yeah, not very level, I know, but right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I read that we'd got 10,000 litres that Cavalier Roy had filled the fuel, but for some reason I was really close to the fuel, and I thought, right, I'd fill, and I was thinking, why is it not filling? And then I thought, hang on, the only time I've ever known that is if it's out of fuel. So I went and investigated and stuck a ton in, and that was all that was in. So I don't understand it, because I'm sure it said 10,000 litres in the time-saving stock check. Sure it did. I'm sure I'm not imagining it. Yeah, I mean, I've got 919 litres. There's no way we used 10,000 litres or 1,000 litres even for the little bits we've done. So what are we up to with the lime? The lime's done a cracking job. 47 tonnes, 12 tonnes of herbicide. So these, yeah, obviously there's still some silage left and some manure. So that'll still be trundling along. Fertiliser, we need to do the 10,441 litres. So I think we're there. That is brilliant. I knew once we got cracking it would catch up, because, well, it's 10 to 4. That, just so you've got an idea of how long it really has taken. I think, was it 2 hours, 2 real hours it's taken to actually do those fields. So yeah, I'm glad I've tried the rollers though, and I know what suits one person doesn't another, and I know if you use a 12 or one of the monsters, it's not going to take very long. Then you might be able to argue ecologically that it's not bad. But again, if you're not able to do the same as I can with a 42 metre spreader, and I know you could argue the impact of creating those crystals in the first place, and you may have a point there. I mean, but then I suppose we can once we start to do I would imagine if we're going to go quite large with the animals, we're going to have manure coming out of our ears, so we could just go green, totally green, and not have any more crystals. Once we've done that, we can just use these ones, although to be honest, that's going to take a while to use that, but we could sort of stop making that and just do manure. And I doubt the digestate and the slurry I will in time sell, probably at the slurry yard, even if we're not allowed to have productions. That's a sale point. Yeah, I should probably call my partner, Missy B, and see if we can arrange a contract with her for the slurry yard. We may have to have a loan to get that. Frowned upon, I said, but if it's a bit of a bridging loan, we've only just dipped under 50,000, then as soon as we start to sell digestate, I mean naturally produced digestate, not one that we buy. I'm not buying it and then selling it. That's just, in my eyes, that's not right. Anyway, yes, all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.